those are the parents that are going to lose their children. Or
Right.
those are the parents that they'll lose connection with their children. Their children might actually do the bare minimum to keep them in their lives, but they're not going to be friends. They're not going to look up to them as good parents. And when I work with couples, that's my leverage. My leverage is that, I could say to a man, is that how you want your son to think men should be? Or do you want your daughter to marry a man who's abusive? Do you think that you want her to grow up thinking that verbal abuse is what she should expect? So a lot of times that's my leverage, is that you don't want your children to end up marrying somebody like you. That's unfortunate, but it's true. So you can heal yourself. You could show up differently. You can be a different kind of parent and spouse so that your children marry somebody that you would like them to marry instead of modeling and marrying somebody like you.
Yeah, I've always said that if I've always said that children, if you want children to be well balanced, you want them to be loving, kind, gentle spirited, whatever, all the fruit of the spirit that the Bible talks about, then parents have to model that in front of them. Children are sponges. And if you're verbally abusive to your husband or wife, guess what they're learning? They're learning how to be verbally abusive and to show no respect to their spouse, and if you want your kids to learn the good stuff, then you've got to model that stuff in front of them. It's got to be a way of life. It can't be, well, behind closed doors I'm going to act this way, and then out in public I'm going to act that way, because kids are not stupid. They hear and see what's going on in the home.
Correct. I agree.
So how do you instigate positive change in communications with grown children? Let's just say things have not been working out, and the kids are metaphorically on their way out the door and could give a flip less about the parents anymore. How do you instigate positive change with the parents at that point?
You have to be vulnerable to your children, and you don't make it a you problem or a me problem. You can say things like, we deserve a better relationship. What do you need from me so we could have that? And you have to be open and curious and able to listen and receive without fighting back. You have to be able to say, like I have used this with my children. I can say, I feel like you don't appreciate anything I do for you. And I know we mirror each other. So I'm assuming that you don't think I appreciate anything you're doing, because we mirror our children. So when you say that, they'll be like, yeah, you're right. I don't feel it. And then I'll say, great. We're feeling the same way. Let's have a conversation. So you can't make it, you talk from the I and then you talk from the we. We deserve a more loving relationship. What do you need from me so you could do that with me? I want to hear. I'm open. You can tell me anything. I promise I'll just listen. I won't react. I won't get mad. And you have to do that. You have to be willing to take responsibility without excuses for the pain and the hurt that you've caused willingly or unwillingly to your children. We may try our best, but our best doesn't land where we think it's going to. Or we did the best we could, or we're so much better. I hear parents will say, I came from such abuse and I don't do that to my children. I never hit my children. That's amazing. And I'm really glad.